So I wanted to ask you about what House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and some of the House Democrats are talking about in terms of a fourth package. There's discussion of an infrastructure plan in that package, as well as a payment for residents' utility bills during the coronavirus pandemic. President Trump floated the idea of a $2 trillion infrastructure plan as part of the fourth phase of this. What do you support in a fourth coronavirus stimulus package? Any of those components?
I would support every one of those components, but I also think that we need to make sure that we continue the investment in medical supplies and staff. As you've heard on this call, the personal protective equipment, masks, and I'm afraid ventilators are still in short supply. We're approaching our peak now, and we're very concerned about the hospitals, particularly in Fairfield County, which will see soaring numbers in the very immediate short term, but longer term too. And of course, tests still, unfortunately, in short supply. So medical investment, as well as aid for states, I guess that could be included in infrastructure. But, I've urged for 3 years, or longer actually, and on the Commerce Committee, I've helped to lead the effort for an infrastructure bank. There are various financing mechanisms that could be made available for public-private partnerships that would fit the infrastructure goal here. But absolutely, it'll put people to work and provide people with skill training. So that's a longer term, like 6-month goal. But we also need to continue the aid for small business, because this package, the third package, will enable them to go through the next 3 months. But beyond that period, there may still be challenges. So it has to be comprehensive, and I would never rule out another $2 trillion or maybe more package that includes infrastructure and the other kinds of aid that have been mentioned. And I hope we can reach consensus, bipartisan consensus, as we did on the last relief package.
Is there a limit in terms of the size of the next package that you personally would get behind?
You mean, is there a cap?
Yeah, like a cap, because there have been some concerns about national debt and how much of a deficit the country is going to take on at one time.
Well, let me just say this. The nation should never have done the $1 trillion tax package that it did, benefiting mainly the people who never needed that tax break. And we can debate the past, but we should go forward and recognize that the needs of the nation are now so urgent, we need to put them first and worry about the deficit later. We will replenish the money that we spend now, and if we fail to invest, we will simply have greater costs going forward, particularly in the medical area.
Thanks so much.
By the way, this infrastructure investment is long overdue. It should have been a priority 3 years ago. And as you know, every other week in Washington has been infrastructure week, so that it has become almost a joke. Let's do it now.